Hello, and how you doing? Scorch is here, hang on a second, and welcome to episode number 1 of, what did we figure this out to be? Version number 575 of Scorch's PFG-TV. And it's really so good to be here with you. I appreciate having you here. So, on this episode of the show today, we're going to talk about some things like some fast food memories. I saw the price of some fast food the other day. And mind you, I haven't eaten fast food since 1984, so it's been 42 years and change. I was blown the fuck away by how much fast food costs these days. But I asked a question on the Facebook page, okay, about this. Let me get this. What was the cheapest that you remember buying burgers and fries for? Okay, the cheapest that you remember buying burgers and fries, fast food meals, basically. And there's something else about fast food meals. There's one, it's a drink in particular, something about the drink that nobody has touched since then, and I don't think anybody ever will for some reason. We'll talk about that in a little while. We're going to get some of your responses as well. Always check out the Scorch page on Facebook, and you can play along with the show. Eventually, we're going to start taking phone calls here as well. We're working on that now. Also coming up in just a little while, I want to talk about how ridiculous it is to try to find a decent place to live. I'm thankful I got a good place to live, but I'm looking around the country to try to move. I want to be close to my mom, and if not, I want to be someplace warm with dispensaries legal. The cost to live in this country is fucking ridiculous, especially if you don't have whole shitloads of money. So we're going to talk about that in a little while as well. Let me just make sure I get this set. Yes, I do. In the meantime, though, I want to play some music. These guys here from the Columbus, Ohio area. I love these guys. I met them when originally they started off, or some of them started off as Boba Flex. Marty and Jimmy, just fun guys. The whole crew, just a fun bunch of guys. And they have a great following. This would be The Lonely Ones on Scorch's PFG-TV.
Take me to your leader, got me feeling like an alien. Burning through the forest, poisoning the holy water. Plastic waves crash through the ocean. Everybody's overdosing. Wars are planned under the steeple, killing different colored people. Viruses crumbling nations. Suicide's a new vacation. Made up my mind, I'm not your kind. Take me to your leader, got me feeling like an alien. All you fake believers, dreadful people, broke my heart again. Ain't no second coming, baby, I can't forgive you anymore.
are the Lonely Ones, Dreadful People, on Scorch's PFG-TV. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Lonely Ones live again. And eventually we're going to be doing a raw segment where if you are out at a show and you tape some music from a band, and of course everything's all permission because everything is going to be online and all over the place. But if it all works out, we're going to do a raw segment where you can send us in your raw footage of bands. However, if you are in a band, a regular band, you have some recordings and you've got some video, or you can make some video with some good quality audio. Here's what you do. You send your stuff to hey, that's my band at gmail.com. Okay. Hey, that's my band at gmail.com. And we will maybe feature some of your stuff. I've got bands coming up from my friends at Inverse Records in Finland. I can't wait to feature them. We're going to feature some of them next show. I've got a couple of bands out of the Springfield, Missouri area. We're going to be featuring them coming up at some point soon as well. Let's chat for a few minutes, though, if we can, about this whole rental thing and how ridiculous it is to afford to just rent a place to live here in the country. I found a place near my mom. Okay, ultimately, I would like to be someplace warm, but if I can't, I want to be near my mom because she's getting older. She's okay, but she's getting older, 83, God bless her. So I was looking for a place near mom. The cheapest place I found, she lives in Massachusetts, mind you. The cheapest place I found that would take me and my dog, $26.50 a month with no utilities. That's nothing. That was like 3 hours away from mom. So it still wouldn't be, if she calls, I'm having trouble, I couldn't just get in the car and go. It would take a while. For me to live near mom, like, I can jump in the car and be there in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, even 30 minutes. The cheapest place I found, believe it or not, ready for this? It's a fucking insult and it's a joke. $4,950. No utilities, no nothing, but they'll take the dog. You know what? Well, the street's going to have to take the dog and me soon because that's just ridiculous. And then I don't know if it's this way every place, but it's been this way in a lot of the places that I have checked into. You have to have first, last, and security. That's old school. That's been around forever. But now landlords are saying you have to make 3 times the monthly rent and income before you're even considered. Okay, let's take the low end of what I was just like. Let's just say even $2,000 a month. Okay, I'm retired now. If you're retired and you didn't do it the right way, like I didn't do it the right way, I'm a good person. I just don't have a whole lot of money. I don't make $6,000, $8,000 a month. You know what I mean? I don't have that. So do I have to live in a shitty place for the rest of my life? Not that the place I'm living in right now is shitty, because it's just the opposite. It's really nice, but I don't want to live in the cold weather anymore. So for me to get out of the cold weather, I'm going to have to live either on the streets or in my Jeep with Tongo, because it is just fucking ridiculous. I'm trying to think of, like right now, I'm paying minimal and it's okay. But how the hell do they expect people to live? Not everybody that is how can I rephrase this? Let me see how I can put this. Some good people would like to have a nice place to live. So what happens? Let's put it this way. What happens if you're a landlord and you rent to somebody that makes $10,000 a month? Okay. Now, who's to say that they ain't going to make a shitload of damage in your place? They might be the worst fucking people in the world, but they're rich. They make money. So what? They made money. So good. Until you show up to their place to give it an inspection or whatever, you're not going to know what they're doing to your place, because what do you care? You're getting $10,000 a month. That's ridiculous. But they could be shitty people, as I say. Some good people may have been down in their luck and they don't have that kind of money, but they deserve to have a nice place to live. If you're a good person, you don't deserve to have to live in a crappy place because that's all you can afford. I guess that's pretty much the bottom line of what I'm saying. You shouldn't be forced to live in the squalor and the shits just because you can't afford even the most minimal. 1-bedroom apartment is just ridiculous now. Now, I want to live where it's warm and where dispensaries are legal. Granted, Boston ain't warm, but it would be near my mom. But dispensaries are legal. That's a whole other issue. We'll talk about that another time. But where I live now, here in the Midwest, it's legal. In this state, it's legal. In this state, it's legal. There, it's legal. There, it's just not legal here. And granted, you can sneak it into the state, but you're going to put yourself into trouble. And I am not condoning sneaking it into the state, but that's kind of what you have to do. And then if you get caught doing that, just over weed these days, I mean, it's just fucking weed. If you get caught doing that, you could get yourself into some deep shit. So it's just kind of bullshit. Don't you guys agree with that, though? If you've ever in the past year been looking for a place to live, it's just stupid. I think I might have mentioned this episode. Maybe it was when I was practicing it. Maybe it was on the tape I didn't do. I don't know. I looked at a place in Vegas, okay? And the place in Vegas was beautiful. They would take my dog. They would take any breed of any dog. That scared me right there. I had to look it up. I'm like, any breed, any weight, that must mean that people there probably need protection. So I looked it up online. Beautiful looking complex, mind you. I looked it up online and it didn't say much about it. It had some good things, but some bad things. I looked it up on AI, and there was a rap sheet the size of a roll of paper towels saying how bad this place is and what was wrong with this place and this, that, and the other thing. And last year, 2 people got shot to death there. I don't mind living in the hood. I just want to live someplace safe. Right? Right. There you go. Now, let's continue. This band here, I met these guys probably their first tour when they started touring around the United States. They came into the studio. They talked to me and my ex-partner, my ex-morning show partner, T-Rye. Miss you, T-Rye. Maybe you'll come on this show sometime, too. They're from Orlando, Florida. It is Ernesto and Addie and the guys and gals from Modern Mimes on Scorch's PFG-TV. Thank you guys for checking things out. So good. Modern Mimes and Roses in Ruins on the Scorch's PFG-TV. Now remember, if you are in a band and you can get a video or you have video with good audio, send it to us. We want to play you on the show. Make sure you have permissions to do it because all sorts of licensing bullshit. So, hey, that's my band at gmail.com. Okay, so I went to I drove by a fast food restaurant the other day and I was just fucking taken back by how much money fast food costs these days. I haven't had fast food in a long time, but there's one thing in specific about one specific fast food restaurant that they stopped doing even before I stopped eating it. And I haven't had fast food since 1984. But even before that, this one restaurant stopped doing a drink a certain way. And I don't know why, because as I said earlier, if you're my age, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older, you're going to agree. This stuff was the balls, man, but you just don't do it anymore. For right now, though, we want to talk about this. What is the cheapest that you remember paying for a burger and fries? Basically, a fast food meal. The cheapest you remember paying for a burger and fries. Because I remember doing 19-cent cheeseburgers, 15-cent hamburgers, and 12-cent French fries. And there was something about the French fries too that John, who is in here, John said something which I really love because he brought up another memory on top of the one I'm going to bring up in a second. 1975, the Mickey D's in Endwell, New York. Hamburger was 40 cents, fries were a quarter. This is the memory that he brought up that I totally forgot. Remember when the fries were in a paper satchel, bitch? It's just a small paper sack for these small fry. Matter of fact, I think the large fry were in a paper sack at one point too. And if you remember correctly, every single order of fries, probably still to this day, you get to the corner of the package, whether it's the big box of fries or a little paper sack of fries, there's always a little tiny piece of a French fry. Usually it's somewhat burnt as well, sitting at the corner of the container of fries. That's like the best fucking fry of the whole entire thing of fries. John says with a Coke, the whole meal was about $1. Imagine that. Let me see. Who else do we have? Oh, you know what? These are some fun ones. Michael says, when I said about my prices, he says, what century? What's that from? Derek adds another one. Derek also says, I'm surprised they were that expensive. I'm 105 years old. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let me see. Missy. Now, Missy says she grew up in Cadott, Wisconsin, but she went to college in Eau Claire, and there was a McDonald's on Water Street. It had an all-American meal, $1.69, a burger, fries, drink, and ice cream. She says, I miss those prices. Yeah, remember that used to be almost affordable to live at one point, you know. Ice cream. Let's chat about McDonald's ice cream for a second. At one point, and you can look this up to make sure that I didn't just hear this somewhere. And if I did, this is just hearsay. I'll just say that. At one point, McDonald's Sundays had less calories than a McDonald's salad. I think that's a true fact. I'm almost positive that was legitimately the deal. My bud Bob, Silent Bob in Syracuse, New York, I used to work with him. At one point, our boss, who didn't know who he was, said, who is this sodomy Bob you're working with? Good times, Bob. I miss you, brother. A&W in North Syracuse, New York, 3 burgers for $1 on Wednesdays back in the 80s. There was times that the big ones, Burger King, McDonald's, all those ones, they used to do a flashback. You would have 30-cent burgers for a few days, but they don't seem to do that anymore. Bob, thank you for checking into the show. And I'm going to give you one more for now. This is my buddy Rip, because he used to call himself Rip Van Winkle. When I was doing radio in Boston, I had a segment called Score or Snore every Monday. And people would call in saying whether they snored or whether they scored. So Rip, his name is Dan, but I called him Rip. He used to tell me that he used to snore more than me. Is that possible, Rip? But Dan, I appreciate you, brother. He said a quick burger, it was in Germany, 5 marks for the burger and the fries, and a liter of beer came out to $1.50 United States money. Burgers, fries, and a liter of beer, $1.50. Hey, Rip, thank you for taking part in the show. Now, next time, check it out on the SCORCH page on Facebook, and you can answer the question yourself. Let me find the question I had here. It is somewhere. Oh, yeah. What are your biggest turnoffs? Okay. What are the biggest turnoffs that you have? Answer the question on the SCORCH page, and we'll get into that the next time we meet each other. In the meantime, though, I have one more song to do. These guys were on the little version. The show, I'm trying to keep it between 30 and 45 minutes, so this is good for now. I love these guys. I appreciate the guys from the Kenosha, Wisconsin area. Once again, it is the Lines of Loyalty on SCORCH's PFG-TV.
Running from my life and now I'm paralyzed. Looking to the sky, I barely feel alive. I get the feeling that I'm hypnotized. I don't think I can make it through the night. I hope you know you keep on making it hard to let go. I know I lose control when I lose myself. Time dragging me through hell. I hate these games you play when you just turn away. I'm done chasing down your shadows, done feeding into your lies. Not sick of losing my feelings. Why can't we say goodbye? You always seem to find a way to tell a lie. Looking for a way to save myself this time. I get the feeling that it's time to hide, and I don't think I can make it out alive. I hope you know you keep on making it hard to let go. I know I lose control when I lose myself. Time dragging me through hell. I hate these games you play when you just turn away. I'm done chasing down your shadows, done feeding into your lies. Not sick of losing my feelings. Why can't we say goodbye? Losing everything I have, losing everything I want. Was not enough for you. Fuck. I lose control when I lose myself. Time dragging me through hell. I hate these games you play when you just turn away. I'm done chasing down your shadows, done feeding into your lies. Not sick of losing my feelings. Why can't we say goodbye? Say goodbye.
Lines of Loyalty. Say goodbye. That's a really good song. It is SCORCH's PFG-TV. I just saw something. And I figured, me being me, I have to bring this up. It says here, if protein is a building block of hair, it could only be a good thing to load up on protein, right? No, they're saying protein overload. might be sabotaging your hair. So if you, by any chance, happen to see a gal walking down the street and you've always thought, well, I wonder if that girl is a little bit of a hoe, check out her hair. No, I don't want that. I want this. Check out her hair. And if her hair is kind of crunchy, kind of falling off her head, and you thought she was a hoe, odds are she has got what they call protein overload. There you go. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of Scorch's PFG-TV, episode number 1. Remember, we've got the stuff on the Scorch's Facebook page. Check us out on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok at the Scorch page. Or I think it's at Scorch page. There you go. We'll see you next time. Peace.